The job market for 2026 college grads is the worst it's been in years. We'll explain why. Los Angeles may be next in line to get a Marxist mayor. And another illegal alien is arrested after he was issued a commercial driver's license despite having a terrorist background. And at least one blue state is giving guns and badges to non-citizens. The outlook for the college graduating class of 2026 has dimmed sharply as data shows employer hiring plans have tanked, job market ratings have slipped, and workforce competition has intensified due to automation and visa-based foreign labor programs. According to a report by the Wall Street Journal, based on data from the National Association of Colleges and Employers project the job market for 2026 graduates will be the weakest in half a decade. A survey conducted among 183 companies between August 7th and September 22nd, it found that 51% of respondents rated the job market for new graduates as poor or fair. It's a sentiment not seen at this level since the COVID-19 era and that downturn in 2020 to 2021. Only 2% of employers rated the market as excellent. The hiring slowdown, well, it follows a wave of large-scale layoffs from major employers, including, of course, Amazon, UPS, General Motors, and Verizon. While overall hiring for 2026 graduates is technically expected to increase by just 1.6%, this, of course, marks a steep drop from earlier projections for that class of 2025. Historical trends, well, they show that spring hiring often falls short of earlier fall estimations. And according to the data from job platform Handshake, full-time job postings in August, they dropped over 16% year over year, while applications per job rose 26%. Over 60% of 2026 graduates surveyed reported pessimism about their career outlooks. Former recruiter Giovanna Vega, she was laid off from Automation Anywhere back in 2023 and said companies, quote, don't know where to invest, end quote, amid AI uncertainty and tariffs. He said many of the graduates, they don't have the appropriate training, and many are being passed over for the roles that are increasingly filled by laid off mid-career professionals. Well, it looks like Los Angeles may be next in line to get a version of Zohran Mamdani. The Los Angeles area faces a new political showdown as Democrat socialist Ray Hong steps up to challenge incumbent Mayor Karen Bass in the 2026 election. Hong is a 43-year-old community organizer and pastor with ties to the Democratic Socialist of America. She announced her campaign over the weekend, positioning herself as an outsider that's ready to shake up City Hall. Hong posted on Instagram, quote, I am excited and very humble to announce that I am running for mayor of Los Angeles, the second largest city in our nation, end quote. She described her decision as a calling after 2 decades in social justice work, adding, quote, after over 20 years of leaning into my call to serve God through social justice work and organizing this path has led me in these certain times to take the unusual path to continue my calling by running for mayor, to finally see through the changes the LA social justice movement and I have been building for years, end quote. Her platform centers on sweeping changes like universal housing, free public transportation, and aggressive climate policies. And they're all aimed at, of course, tackling affordability in a city that's plagued by high costs. She vows to reject corporate donations and confront what she calls the establishment and the billionaire class. Here's what she stated, quote, over the past decade, I have worked with Los Angeles organizers and neighbors on solutions for our city. Now, it's time we implement them. I will be running against establishment and the billionaire class and will not be accepting any money from corporations, end quote. Her bid, well, it echoes recent victories by far-left candidates around the country. In New York City, Mamdani, who is, of course, another DSA-backed figure, clinched the mayoral race, as we all know, earlier this month, with a similar promise of government-led solutions to housing and transit woes. Seattle, they saw a progressive activist by the name of Katie Wilson oust incumbent Bruce Harrell, pushing ideas like city-run grocery stores and steeper taxes on the wealthy. Huang sidesteps direct comparisons, but eyes an endorsement from LA's DSA chapter, which cheered Mamdani's win. Would you like to gain access to 36 years of Christian worldview programming, news and information, all my books, ebooks, documentaries, and more? Worldviewtube.com/vault. Worldviewtube.com/vault. Understand the times, where we've been and where we're going. Worldviewtube.com/vault. Federal authorities have arrested a criminal illegal alien who was released into the United States under the Biden administration and later obtained a commercial trucking license, despite being wanted on terrorism charges in Uzbekistan. On Monday, U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement, they announced the arrest of the 31-year-old. He was taken into custody on November 9th while driving an 18-wheeler in Kansas. According to ICE, the driver is wanted in Uzbekistan, where authorities issued a warrant for his arrest back in 2022 for allegedly belonging to an Islamic terrorist organization. He is accused of distributing jihadist propaganda online and recruiting new jihadis. ICE said he was issued a commercial driver's license in Pennsylvania. The terror suspect was also granted work authorization by the Biden administration in January of 2024, despite his outstanding terrorism warrant. Department of Homeland Security Assistant Secretary Tricia McLaughlin said, quote, not only was Bozarov a wanted terrorist released into the country by the Biden administration, but he was also given a commercial driver's license by Governor Shapiro's Pennsylvania. This should go without saying, but terrorists, illegal aliens should not be operating 18-wheelers on America's highways. Biden and Mayorkas allowed countless terrorists to come into our country, end quote. And then she added, quote, President Trump and Secretary Noem unleashed ICE to target these national security threats, end quote. According to ICE, Bozarov illegally crossed into the United States in February of 2023. Border Patrol agents initially arrested him upon entry, but under the Biden-era policies, he was released into America and to our communities shortly thereafter. His arrest, well, it comes as the Trump administration increases scrutiny of states that are issuing commercial licenses to illegals. The renewed attention, well, it follows a deadly tractor-trailer crash in Fort Pierce, Florida, where an illegal immigrant truck driver was accused of killing 3 people. Illegals and non-citizens are not only getting hired as commercial truck drivers, they're also being added to police forces in some Democrat-run states. Yeah, you heard that right. You don't have to be a citizen of this country in order to get hired as a cop in some of the blue states. A non-citizen with a work permit, he was able to get a job as a police officer in Governor J.B. Pritzker's state of Illinois. Now, we were warning about this over a year ago. But here's a report from Ben Berquam on the state's bizarre policy of hiring non-citizen cops who can't even legally purchase a firearm. But they're being given badges and guns and told to uphold the law that they've never sworn allegiance to. Watch this.
So how long have you been a police officer?
Since January 8th.
January of this year?
Correct. I just finished the academy.
You just finished the academy, okay. All right.
You had to get that.
Just to confirm though too,
Yeah.
so they hired you on, you had work authorization
Correct.
and you were able to carry a firearm?
No.
Okay.
On duty, yes. Off duty, no.
So on duty you could carry a firearm,
State of Illinois, you need a Ford and a CCW to carry a weapon off duty.
but on duty you could?
Correct.
Wow.
You know, what's crazy about this is I don't know anything about him other than he says he loves America. The problem is he's not even a citizen. So he can't own a firearm legally in our country, but he's being given a firearm by the state of Illinois as a police officer in the state. And apparently all you have to have is work authorization in this state. That is insane. You haven't even sworn allegiance to our country yet, and yet we're giving you a firearm. Now, this guy may be a great guy, but how many others are working in our country as police officers who aren't great guys?